Is
We're
Sue
live.
ready to go?
We're live.
Good afternoon, Bobcat Nation. Welcome to another edition of the Bobcat Blitz Sports Update. I'm Sean Kirkpatrick, coming to you live from one of our business partners. That's right. We're going to start off with that tonight here at Tommy's Express here at Northport, Toledo, Blade, and Price location. Tonight, very special edition, we're going to have an update on cross country as well as their upcoming events. And John, we begin our start of our winter sports preview of the sports seasons is already around the corner here. Joining us live from our StreamYard studio, WKW's very own Mr. John Rawlings. John, how you doing today, sir?
Hey, how you doing there, Sean? How's
Well,
everybody out there in Bobcat Nation?
Doing great today. I'm going to get some gentlemen in here as well. Come on, guys. We'll do one at a time for now if I could.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
You want William in?
Yeah, William could go
Come on in,
first.
William. All right, come on in, William. All right, so John, a long time ago we mentioned how, right here, how we really want to show our local business partners how much they mean to us at the high school level. You know, my grandfather had a small family business, and I know how much it meant to him to be part of the town. And I ran into you guys. You might not know this. July 4th, we had a 5K at the Northport High School. It was a fundraiser for Coach Foo's cross country team, and you had a tent there, and you're giving prizes away. One thing led to another. You came out and helped Teddy Dees' basketball tournament in August for the Allen's Memorial, and lo and behold, John, their banner is on the high school football stadium. They are now a major sponsor for us, so I really wanted to come out here. Go ahead and introduce yourself. This is a Bobcat Blitz Sports Update, and let us know what's going on here today.
Yeah, hi, my name is William Cabaz. I'm the marketing assistant here at Tommy's Express Car Wash, specifically Tommy's Express Holdings. So we are actually setting up for our Tunnel of Terror event, which is this Friday, October 25th, and this Saturday, October 26th, from 7 to 10 p.m. It's a haunted car wash experience.
I love it.
We'll have people scaring. Just a lot of fun, some candy for the kids, and we're just here to get back to the community, during this time. It was just a fun way for us to kind of bring some cheers to the community, and, it's Halloween. And so specifically at the Northport location, the first 50 customers will actually get a free pretzel from Wawa.
The location here at Northport and Pro.
Specifically
okay.
Northport, yeah.
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
Come check us out. We're at Northport, Bradenton, Fruitville, and Missouri and Largo.
So let's talk about this terror thing here. Is it going to be while you're in the car wash, or how's that work?
So you're actually in your car. You go in as if you were just getting a regular car wash, and the tunnel is dark, and there's people scaring you, trying to scream at you through the windows. So, be ready, be prepared, but it's a lot of fun.
The machines are running and all that?
Oh yeah, well we usually just use water and our Tommy guard over the cars, and
So have you done this before at other locations?
Yeah, so this is our 4th year doing it.
Oh, gotcha. So, from a marketing point of view, what does it mean to you guys? Because you're not a small family thing, but you are definitely family mentality. I talked to some of the other owners as well. To come in and say we're going to be a Northport High School sponsor. What's the process there, and why? And what have you seen from this?
Yeah, so a big part of our philosophy is that we give back to the communities that we serve. And, it was really important for us in all of our site cities to really get into the schools, really give back to the community, because you see most of the return from it. It's about that kind of mentality of connecting with your community, and they'll connect with you. And so from a marketing standpoint, we really just wanted to get in, show the families that, Tommy's is kind of a family car wash, and we provide, great sponsorships, and it's a great time.
Now, John, on the other side here, he's more the businessman than I am. I do home health care, but he's a realtor in town. So I'm going to, John, you got better questions than I do about these guys. I wouldn't know what to ask them, so I'll let you take over here.
Well, I think the biggest question is that being part of the community and being a business owner in the community, I know that you guys are community driven, but what does it mean to you to be a part of the high school and the athletic side and really play an influential role there? What does that mean to Tommy's in Northport?
Yeah, of course. I'll answer that more specifically. It's just the connection we get with the fans and being there, and just being there, and having our name out there, and knowing that the students can rely on us, for kind of future even in endeavors. We hire a lot of the students. We have been part of their lives for some of them, and so we want to give back in any way we can. So being able to sponsor the athletic program is a big, kind of honor for us to give back to our community.
John, I'm going to scoot somebody in here as well. Someone knows more about these questions than I do. Put you in here.
And then,
together here.
How you doing?
So I got General Manager Matt here. We'll put you two together here.
Yes, sir.
Matt, how you doing?
I'm good. We're just really enjoying everything we do out here.
Let me get a better picture of here. There we go.
So you've got two guys that are there, and we know the importance of being the fabric of the high school and what that means. What does it mean to be connected to the city?
So I think it's a huge thing for us. Like we are, not the smallest family business, but we do like to include everyone like we are. We take it very serious, whether, it's our neighbors or fellow businesses. So I think it's a big thing to us to have that type of small family mentality. That comes with the high school. I sponsor Dirty Running. I do a lot of events with the chambers. These are all very important things to Tommy's Express as a whole, and we just love doing it.
Fantastic. I've been through the car wash. I've got the annual, or should I say the monthly. But you guys do a great job. I like the vax. I like the attention that you guys give, because every time I've ever been through the line, if I ever have an issue, you guys are all over it. So customer service is a big thing for you guys too, isn't it?
Thank you so much for the compliment. We really love to hear it, and that's really why we do what we do, is to give the community a great service.
Hey, John, you didn't tell him you got one of those big trucks, and you still do a great job on that truck.
You got a Bully?
I don't think it's
not that big.
He's got the big Ohio State white truck with the big extended cab.
Oh, yeah, I know. Okay. I've definitely seen you. You've been through my wash before.
Oh, yeah.
So, John, I would like to ask these guys, and again, you can step in on this question because you know more than I do. What would you say to businesses out there? We've got quite a bit in Northport who don't know about how they can help out, not just the city, but the high school, and not just sports. They could do VPA, theater, RCC. What would you say to those guys watching tonight? Say, hey, you know what? I think I really need to listen to these guys.
Take the first step. It's sometimes it's unfamiliar territory when you want to, give back to the community or get involved with other businesses. But, to get it all started, you just have to ask the right questions and go to these places. Get to know, be very friendly with anyone who does come into your business. Because half of my connections, I'm from Miami. I'm recently here for a few years, but most of my connections came from people I met at the wash, or giving good service, or going to the high school because of my nephew. So you just really got to live it and speak it, and, really absorb everything you're saying.
Fantastic. You guys, you guys are an essential part of the athletic programs at the high school because you are so active. What would you tell other businesses about the relationship you have at the high school?
All right. So I think the best thing is really why I do it is for the kids. I grew up playing all different types of sports, and I know through sponsors that I have that I wasn't a part of, just being the kid there, it's very impactful whether they know it or not, what you bring to the table. So I would tell people to just, give it a chance, and, don't expect anything in return. Just know you're doing good work by helping these kids in these events, flourish, get bigger, and get more insight throughout the community.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Well, guys, I'll let you go here in a minute here. What exactly do we need to know for Friday and Saturday? Is this you have to have a membership already? What's the details for that?
Yeah, no, so you don't need a membership. Vehicles, it's $20 per vehicle.
Okay.
We start at 7 p.m. We end around 10 p.m. And, you can have as many people in the car as you want. It's a good old time. You just come on through.
Is it $20 if you have the membership also, or?
Yeah. So for members, $20, and for non-members, $20.
Excellent. Okay.
So, yeah.
And they just pay you up here? Is it online and you get ahead of time, or no?
No, they can come to the window, or we'll have a cash lane. So we'll have a cash and card lane.
Oh, good. Excellent.
And you do get a wash included in that. So after you do go through the haunted tunnel, at the end, we'll be giving candy to the kids. And for the adults, we'll be giving you a free works wash so you can come back and get a wash.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, guys, I know we're going to see you again. Oh, sorry, John. So I know we're going to see you again in the future.
Definitely.
You're now one of our major sponsors at the high school. I can't wait to work with you. I've already announced you several times on the football sponsor list.
We
So
love that.
basketball's coming up soon. I'll be putting you on that as well.
And
So
we'll be there.
I've already heard. I've already heard from the other manager that they want to come out for basketball season, John. I've got one LinkedIn already. I'm excited.
Fantastic.
Any last comments you want to say to the community out here?
No, we're just very excited for Friday and happy Halloween.
Yep.
Awesome. All right.
Thank you.
All right. That's William and Matt. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Anytime. Thank you.
Awesome,
We'll
guys.
see you soon.
All right. All right. That is here at Times Express. Again, they're going to have an event here Friday night, Saturday night, 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. $20 gets you in. You get the car wash. You get the kids to have it. And if you look behind me, they've been putting stuff up all day. They got animatronic kind of devices and all that stuff. So pretty cool. Thank you, John. Appreciate that.
Not a problem. Great job. Good
Coach Boo
find.
out there?
Coach Boo, I'm going to add you in, buddy.
Okay, so before we get there, guys, a couple things going on. Something special is happening tomorrow night. I've never announced a JV football game before. So it's their last game of the season. So I thought, you know what, why not? Their regular announcement can't make it that night. So I'm going to go out there. It's a 7 o'clock game. I know freshmen start before then, around 6 o'clock. I cannot make it in time for that one. So that's going on. Volleyball on Thursday. They kind of got robbed of their senior night because of Hurricane Milton shut down that schedule. So they're going to do a senior recognition Thursday night. They're going to finish off that night with a scrimmage with Imagine because they also had the same thing happen to them. Friday, we're going to have Coach Fu here in just a minute to talk about Friday. Varsity football will be going to Mulberry, and I just talked to the Mulberry athletic director today. I will not be going to that game because I'm going to help Coach Fu on Friday night. I already committed that last year. But they do have a streaming service. It looked really good. It was a huddled one. I'll put the link on that later on today. So lots going on still. We're still in the meat of our fall schedule. We're getting close to that winter season. Coach Fu, I brought him on for a reason. So 2 exciting events. Coach, how you doing today?
Doing great. How you guys doing?
All right.
Fantastic.
What's going on this Friday and next Thursday that's linked together? I think it's fantastic. Let the whole crowd know about this.
Well, Friday we're hosting our second annual Night at Northport night race. We tried it out for the first time last year and a success. All the teams loved it. Running it back again this year. Running under the lights. Kids love running in the dark, and we're going to piggyback that, keep the lights, keep the course set up, and run a zombie 5K on Halloween.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
How many kids do you think you're going to have?
This Friday,
Yeah.
we'll probably have close to 700 kids.
Is that your biggest event?
Oh, no. Northport invite was over 1,800.
You know I set you up for that question.
You knew the answer.
Yes, I
know,
did.
But an event like this, even though it sounds big, is pretty simple for me. I'm used to the big ones, so the little ones are just a cakewalk.
So
Yeah, but-
what? Go
But
ahead,
Fu,
Tom.
but Fu, let's go back a little bit. 700 on a night event. How many night events are out there for the high schools to choose from throughout the year? Is there that many out there?
Well, I know in our area there was probably one.
Right. So
And that's
I remember
down 4
last
miles.
year when it was over, I was your lead cart for it. Had a great time. I was at one of the local, I think it was Wawa's, I think. The St. Thomas, the Kindness team came out. They were there getting sandwiches. I actually talked to them a little bit about that. They came all the way from Fort Lauderdale to run that race. Do you have something similar this year where teams from all the way,
They're coming
multiple
back.
counties over?
We're coming back. St. Thomas Quinn is coming back. Another school from Miami coming back called Braddock. So we still have those schools from the other coast loving our night event and driving all the way here.
What's it like to have schools from all these different areas coming into Northport?
It's a very proud moment. Like to be able to attract not only schools that are from over 3 hours away, but top quality schools too. And it's a very proud moment.
What do you think? And you've done this now for a lot of years, so I know you've got a ton of feedback from these coaches, and I know what kind of guy you are. I know what you do and the energy you put into what you're doing. What's the feedback you get from the night run and other things that you've done from all these coaches that come in from different areas?
Well, one of the most common and best compliments I get from coaches is they tell me this is our kids' favorite meet of the year. They're like, we love coming to Northport, and that's one of the best compliments any program can get.
It is, and you know there's something to be said about the quality of what you produce to keep the name out there, and you know I've been talking about brands all day, and you've really protected the brand of the track and cross country at the high school for how many years now?
This year 22.
So 22 years of coaching, and and you do care about the brand, don't you?
Oh, 100%. I'm realistic. I know that I coach a minor sport. No, we're not football. We're not basketball. We don't get the crowds, but I I still want our program to be top notch.
You know, there's something to be said to what you just said, and I'll layer it with when you put the energy and the time in, no matter what sort of sport you are. Uh, you can be one of the smaller sports. You're not baseball, you're not football, you're not basketball, you're not those things. But when you polish the brand like you do, and you make Northport proud like you do, and you have the teams that you do, and you the student athletes that you do, that's huge, coach. That's huge.
Yeah, I say I am very proud of the kids and our program, and I dream. I just hope that our community feels the same way. Our
Yep.
program.
John, I'm gonna interrupt you. So, I'll go piggyback on that. So Fu, you got a great brand out there, so much so that you're gonna open up that course next week, Halloween night. Why don't you tell everybody what that's about for the general public, since they want to see what you got going on here?
Well, we're opening our course up at night for our community, for the public to come run our course, and we're making it fun because our our runners are going to participate as zombies, and the idea is you run a 5K, you're going to be wearing football flags. If you can finish the 5K with those flags still attached to you, because the zombies, it's their job to rip those flags off. So if you could finish the 5Ks with those flags, you win an I Survived Zombie 5K medal. And
And
it's
Fu,
also a race.
what are you gonna do before the actual event? What's going on in the parking lot?
Oh, yeah, we do have a trunk or treat going on as well. So bring your kids and get running as well.
And I just talked to the guys here at Tommy's. They're gonna be one of our tables. I found that out today. I forgot I asked them a long time ago. They said, hey, Sean, we already said yes. I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. So
That's awesome. And that's awesome. You love to see that, the business in the community just helping
sorry, I
out
can't
and
hear you
giving
guys.
back.
Too much vacuums here. I can't hear very well.
You
Sorry,
can hear
Coach.
the vacuums.
You can? I'm trying to go
Yeah.
find a quiet place. Oh my goodness. Sue, what was your decision to have this open to the public for Halloween night? What was the process on that one?
Well, I believe I was talking to you about it, and
Yeah.
and I remember riding on the cart. You were the lead cart, and I said, I want to see this course at night. So I jumped during one of the races. I jumped on the cart, and it was just a great feeling, just seeing how just pretty it was, the
Yeah.
lights shining in the dark. And something I think we both thought about it together, like maybe we do a zombie 5K. And I told my son, who's a senior on my team right now, and he was instantly like, "We have to do that, Dad." Like that, he thought that sounded like the most fun idea ever. So here we are, a year later, and hosting our night meet. And like I said before we open the show up, we're gonna keep the lights up and just do it again on Thursday night next week.
And that's going to be run by the same company, I believe, as your July 4th run. Is that right? A real
Yeah,
professional
30,
Yeah.
30 timing.
And you're going to have a track option for those who can't run a trail, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. We have a mile fun run around the track.
So you have a track there as well. So you got 4:30 to 6:30. You have the candy for the kids. Even if they're not going to run or walk, they can still stop by before they go off and do their neighborhood thing.
And
who
knows?
For little kids.
Who knows? You might sign up right there and then because we'll have same day signups. So that'll be available. So if they want to sign up that day and run, have a fun time. I heard there's going to be a lot of zombies. They're trying to scare people, but they are not allowed to run. That's the one thing. They're going to be the walking zombies.
Hang on, Pooh. I am old and slow. If they speed walk, they're going to catch me. Those kids are fast. I know them.
Yeah, but the kids are excited. The team's excited that they get to do this.
And this is also, correct me if I'm mistaken, this is also a fundraiser not just for cross country, but aren't you partnering with the Visual Performing Arts, the VPA program for this?
This is a fundraiser for the VPA, and which I am a part of too. So I have no problem helping the VPA out.
Good. I love that partnership. That's fantastic. I mean, that's Mrs. Nelson's thing, isn't there? Yeah, I believe that's right.
Yes.
Good. Good. Well, John, I brought Fu on for that. I really wanted to really promote this, not only Friday night, but I really want to promote the trunk or treat for the community. I just found out Minnesota Race Club's going to be there. I just found that out today. I got them signed up. So that's nice to see some of our local runners coming out to help support us as well. Companies, if you're listening to us, it's not too late. We've got Squeaks Barbecue. I know they're one of our Bobcat Blitz members. One of their sons plays football. They're going to be out there as well. So you don't have to be part of a business. You could be an individual. You could just be a church group. You could be whatever. Just as long as you're having fun. It's only for 2 hours. You'll figure on half an hour to set up, something like that. And you'll be home by 7 o'clock on that. So, Fu, what would you say to anybody watching? Why not come out the Halloween night for them? What a great time.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Regardless if we have low numbers, high numbers, it's going to be fun.
Good. Good.
It's a building. The first step. Hopefully people have so much fun here. It's going to be a word of mouth, and next year it'll be bigger.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Hey, Coach, it was nice talking with you, buddy.
You too, John.
All right. I will see you Friday, Fu.
All right. See you, Sean. Thank you.
Thank you, bud. Thank you. So, John, I'm having to move because it's so loud out here with the vacuums. I didn't calculate the sound here, so I apologize for moving around here. All right. So, it's that time of the year, John. You know how much fun I had last year doing this. The winter sports season, it's coming up usually in beginning mid-November is when they start, but they've already started tryouts on some of our teams. So even though we still got the meat of fall not quite done yet, that wonderful time of the year we get basketball, soccer, wrestling. There's weightlifting showing up as well. So we started a series last year where we actually did a dedicated preseason show, and our first one's up because they are literally up next week. Girls soccer, Coach Decay, are you there?
The girls are here.
Okay, that's fine. We don't need Coach Decay. Yeah, who needs Coach? I'm kidding. All right, ladies, introduce yourself to us because I can't see you. I can only hear you.
Hi, I'm Nana Duque, and I'm Abigail Esther.
Oh, good. So I know Nana Duque very well. Abby, I know the name. I forgot your position in grade level. Why don't you give us your grade level and your position you play, ladies?
I'm a senior and I play goalkeeper.
That's it. Yeah, you took over when Autumn left. That's right. Nana, what are you right now? Can you hear me?
No, sorry.
Nana, can you hear me? What's your grade level? What position do you play for the varsity team?
I'm a junior and I play 10, mid.
Oh, good. Excellent. Ladies.
And by the way, I'm going to do something, Sean. Coach Hans, you're on the air, so go ahead and put your camera on. But perfect. I knew you were in there. So you've got two special athletes here. What do you think about these girls?
Well, they have been part of the team when they were in the club together, and it's something special about them. 2 years ago, with the help of the others, they lift that state title. They have a lot of experience. Abby has been awarded the Save of the Season in the past years for a wonderful save at Lake Ranch. And they matured through the years. I think Abby, you came over when you were in 6th grade or something like that to us. So it's been a few years. So they have matured a lot. There's a lot of talent. Um, and definitely, like now, Abby, she's a senior, and this is her year.
Oh, good. So, John, I always tell the same story every year because our viewers might be new, but I am old enough to remember here, I'm from Florida, and back in the 80s, they decided to put money into youth soccer for the first time ever. There really wasn't much going on down here in Florida. I know in Ohio they had much more years than we did, and I actually started off with youth soccer before I branched into other sports, and I was never good. Like these young ladies are 100 times better than I'll ever be. So over the years, ladies, I picked up this, I picked up that, I played other sports. I played every position in soccer, depending on what kind of team I was at. It could be a city team, it could be a club team, whatever. But everywhere I go in the world, I did a lot of traveling when I was younger. I would take my cleats with me. I take my shin guards with me. I take my goalie gloves with me. I had a mouth guard because I also played rugby. How cool is it that your soccer players, you can go anywhere in the world and
It's
just
like,
go walk into a major city and play a soccer game? I don't know if you've had that experience yet traveling yet, but anywhere you go now, you can go play soccer. Just hop on in there.
it's such a great experience.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Wide.
They're cutting out, John.
Having other people to join. Great.
So you guys are cutting out a little bit when you talk. Can you turn your camera the other way and pull it forward?
That's upsetting. I'm not sure.
Interactive. This is interactive live streaming. This is fantastic.
Oh yeah, that good right here.
Now you're centered.
I see Coach. Okay, there he is.
So I think it's better. So ask your question again, Sean.
So just as far, you're playing a sport that right now not only has women's soccer always been really good in America, but it's the women's soccer in the rest of the world is catching up now. You see it with the World Cup was won by England or Spain, I forgot. We took the gold medal in the Olympics. How does it feel knowing that you could go to France or Brazil, wherever you want to go, you can play a soccer game, whereas say here, like American football, you can't do that. That's got to be a neat feeling knowing you picked a sport that's really growing fast around the world in the women's side.
Yes, I'd say it's really exhilarating because each country has their different style. Like the South America, different Europe. So it's nice getting a new experience.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Coach,
go ahead.
okay. Let's try Coach. I'm hearing broken up
He
here.
answered the question though, Sean.
Yeah, I got you. So, Coach, let's talk
Yes,
about
sir.
the season. You just had tryouts, so I'm assuming
Mhm.
your roster's set.
It is.
And what's happening next week already? What's happening next week? Tell the crowd
All
about
right.
that.
So as of right now, we're preparing because we have our preseason tournament, and we're hosting Lemon Bay, Venice, and Charlotte.
Excellent.
2 years ago, we had the chance to do that as well. They love to come. They're very happy about it, and we're gonna have the chance to see how we're gonna approach this year since we sent two forwards out. They graduated last year, Van Dusen and Deronsel. So now we're in the process of figuring out how we're gonna play. And also Gigi is committed to Texas Tech, so she's out. She cannot play this year.
Oh no, really? Well, congrats. That's
Yes,
sad, but I'm happy for the Gregoire family.
of
That's
course.
exciting to hear
That's
that. But at the same time,
fantastic.
wow. Texas Tech. That's a Division I school there, Coach.
Definitely yes. And she got there. She's getting a full ride in Texas Tech.
Wow.
Gigi did
Wow,
that.
that's fantastic.
Yeah, John. I have told all my patients throughout the years because I do home to home. The soccer program at Northport has always been good. I can't think of a bad spell we've ever had, both women and men. They've had a couple of years off and on, but never more than a year or two. You guys, Coach, you've had several young ladies year after year go on to the college level. Isn't that correct?
That's correct. I think the only year that unfortunately we couldn't was the COVID year. And
Mm.
it was a shame because that was Alina Purvis' year, and she was an excellent player, but she missed out because of COVID. But Sierra Spirk is out there. Lacey Nottingham is out there.
Yeah.
Emma Sinead is there, and now Gigi is there too,
I think
and it will
Otto's doing a
continue.
small school somewhere up north. I heard in Virginia, Otto Matthews,
Yes,
something like that.
yes. The Autumn is there too. Yes.
Yeah. So, big or small program, it doesn't matter. You're at the next level playing, and you're continuing your playing. So, what would you tell
Yes.
families watching? Like, hey, did you know Newport High School? We are a funnel for collegiate level soccer players. A lot of people don't know that in this town.
We are, and it takes a village. It takes some years of development. Like I said before, of course, Alana here, she's my daughter, and she's been training for 12 years. But it's not just her. Girls like Abby that came like 5, 6 years ago. Others came 8, 9 years ago. It takes pretty much their whole life to develop to this level. It's not
Yeah.
easy. It takes time. It takes money, dedication, discipline. Their parents have to buy into it. And I think Norpro has to be aware that yes, we love football and we support every single sport in school, but Norpro is a powerhouse of soccer.
Yep.
And I know we had other schools around the area that are powerful too, but we don't shy away from it.
No, you guys. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, Hans. Aren't you guys either first or second just about every year going into districts? You're pretty much at the top two almost every year now.
Almost every year, let me see, 1, 2, 3. I think we've been out of the 5 seasons, we've been 4 times in the final.
Yeah,
We only missed the
exactly.
first one.
Yeah, there you go. so, John, it's a wonderful. It's not really a secret, but I wish we could get the word out better. I love announcing the games. I've been enjoying doing these last couple seasons. So, Hans, let's talk about your team coming up this year. Are we going to have another district run? What do you think? Give your little crystal ball here. What do you think?
Definitely, yes. We are gonna go for it. The girls are prepared. We have everything in place. I know no Deron Sol and Ben Dusen, not having them is it's gonna make us plan differently, and Gigi as well, but we have a lot of talent. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna miss Gigi, of course I do. We will, everybody will, but of course we had to move on, and we're prepared. We have Gabby Ludi dropping from the forwards, and she's already training in that position. And I think as difficult as it's gonna be, we're gonna make a run for districts. Otherwise, we wouldn't be into business.
And Hans, Coach, tell me something about the district. Is it like a real district, or is it one of those things where you don't play each other and you're depending on the ranking system of Max Pre or FHSA? I forgot how that worked for soccer.
So for soccer, every game counts. So we have to play at least 4 games during the season to get ranked. And as you play on, uh, depending on the results, you get ranked, and it's more heavy. Let's say if at the end of the season you play a team that is super good, and then you get a good result, then your rank is gonna go up, and this is gonna work for your district seating, and then for regionals and so on moving forward.
And John. John and I are old enough. We remember you played your district home and away, whatever on basketball, that kind of stuff. We're not used to this. You might not even see your district teams. You might see a few of them, but you don't see all of them like the old days. So it's kind of weird for us to get used to this magical equation that tells you how you're ranked and not ranked. And so now you have a new math. How do you get your players to get all excited about a team they might not see again for 2 years? Or how do you get the rivalry going? How's that work for you guys now, this modern way of looking at districts?
There are teams that you always are excited to play. And let's say, for example, Venice. This is the rivalry here. It doesn't matter if they're up and down, we always gonna have a good game. Lakewood Ranch is a powerhouse, and anytime we meet them, it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
um, Riverview, Redon River. So they know. By now they're experts in this game as much as I am, and they know this game is gonna be tough. Game is gonna be exciting. We have to go all
So,
out.
so Abby and Ann, I gotta ask the same question. Do you have rivals in your mindset as students or not? Do you look at the schedule and go, I can't wait to take on Venice,
Yeah.
for instance?
I think it's exciting to play Venice and stuff like that because it's always just been through every sport like rivals, I'd say.
Yeah. Do you
Like
play
with-
them again this year, Abby? Do you see the schedule?
What?
Do you take on Venice this year? I didn't see the schedule yet.
Yeah, I believe so.
Excellent. Nana, you got any rivals you're looking forward to, or you don't want to jinx yourself?
Well, Venice, of course, and I'd say Lakewood Ranch.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people. You might want to tell them about Lakewood Ranch. Like, you guys are in the middle of a really big soccer district area with the Sarasota teams, the Manatee County teams as well. You don't really have that many easy games out there, do you?
Now we have news about the district, so it changed.
Oh, okay.
Lakewood Ranch is out. That's the pretty much the change because of the school population that went down a class. So Lakewood Ranch is out. We still play them,
Okay.
but they're not in our district.
Anybody that we know that came into our district that we might want to pay attention to?
No, nobody knew. Nobody
Okay.
knew.
Gotcha.
Everybody else is the same. Riverview, Venice, Lehigh, Sarasota, and us, Northport.
Okay, gotcha. Riverview's always solid. Sarasota's always solid as well.
Yeah.
So, Abby, I talked to you real quick about the goalie position. Now, Coach Hans knows how much I love goalies because when I got to the point where I couldn't run anymore, I played goalie with my height. I played goalie quite a bit. I love my goalies. I've always have. Now, you might remember last year, I believe your defense set the record at Northport High School for the fewest goals allowed.
Yeah.
Were you aware of that at all? We kind of mentioned that in our show. What a great, for me, and John and I are old school. We like good defenses. We're still old.
I gotta say something, Sean.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
second time you've interjected "old" with my name.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're wise.
I gotta make these two smile. They're even smiling the fact that I'm old.
Well, it's a different generation now. They don't understand defense is what wins championships. That's how we were raised watching sports. So,
but go ahead.
Yeah. So Abby, it's your turn to be goalie this year. How are you and your defensive line? You guys get along pretty good? You got good communication? Are you still working things out now?
I definitely think it'll get better throughout the season because I haven't played in about a year. But I definitely think we have good. And they're great individuals and they're really good players.
Do you have that back line coming back again? Most of them? All of them? Some of them? Do you remember? Do you know?
Yep.
All of them are back.
Oh, awesome. And they're all a year older. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Nana, what about you? How's that midline looking? What do you think about your midfielders this year?
I'm really excited. I think the midfield and forward that scrambled the most. So having Gabby as holding instead of Gigi is going to be very new, and I'm really excited to play with her.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
And I think you had Malia as a midfielder last year. I forgot who the midfielders were that are still coming back.
Yes. I believe Malia is going to be playing forward.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Give her speed, yeah. So, ladies, you've had, a couple days practice now or not? Have you started practices yet together? I'm having a hard time hearing, guys.
You still are cutting out a little bit, so you speak up, girls.
We started practicing on Monday.
Okay, good. Got anybody new? You don't have to say the names yet. Do you see anybody new? Like, wow, where'd this kid come from? Or is it pretty much the same core as last year's team?
I think most of the players are all Fusion players, so we know them pretty well.
Gotcha. Are some of you with the Fusion program now, or is that over when you hit high school?
Yeah, it goes all throughout high school.
Oh, it does. Okay. All right. It doesn't stop at 14 like the American football teams?
No, it's
Keep
really
going. Gotcha.
So I've got a quick question for you guys because we've got two coaches in the green room right now ready to come on. But I want to talk to you or ask you, how's your academics in accordance to the greatness you bring to the field? Is it the same in the classroom?
Yes, always. I think it's very important to keep up academics while up.
Oh, you cut out again.
They keep cutting out.
Yeah.
Hans, we'll go to Coach Duque. Coach Duque, how smart's your team? You had that luxury last year of your cross-country team having the highest GPA. I know your soccer team was pretty strong, too, as well. I'm guessing half those kids are at least in the ACE program or VPA or something like that. That's always what I found with the girls' soccer team. You have that luxury, don't you, of not having to worry about grades and GPAs on most of your kids.
Yeah, fortunately, I don't have to worry about that. I still check on that. But these girls, the excellence they bring on the field, John, they bring academically. Some of these girls are perfect for 4.0 GPA. Most of them are. And that's the reason why, too. I wouldn't be surprised they make a run for that academic state championship in soccer and cross. That's the expectation now. It's not that we're trying. We expect that.
The funny thing, Coach, is I knew I could ask that question.
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked it, and I'm very proud of them.
You know, a lot
And
of those young ladies are going to go to college academically as well. So I'm
Yes.
even since I've been teaching, the girls' programs tend to have a little bit higher GPA, not all, but a little than the boys usually. So that's too
Yes.
funny.
all right, well, we have Natalia in. Do you have anything else for Coach at this point?
Oh, I could talk all day and not, you know that. I guess like real quick. I don't. I'm just gonna get here. So Hans, you only got a few home games. It looks like this year. It looks like you had 4 home regular and 2 away games. So we really got to make the most of these home games, right?
Sorry, cut off a little bit. Can you
I
repeat
said
that?
I said this year's schedule is a little different. What I saw, you had only 4 regular home games and 2 home preseason games. So really, that's only 6 home games. We got to really get that crowd in there right out the bat going.
Of course, yes, and it's kind of a mirror from last year. Last year we had a lot of games home, and then on the road was not that much. But definitely, yes, like this Monday, we're hosting Charlotte 7:15.
Yeah,
I welcome everybody to come. If you want to have fun, you want to see quality soccer, you want to see players that really sweat the shirt and really are proud of being Bobcats and want to win, want to go down like fighting, then please come support us. We really need that.
excellent. And Hans, I'll be there Monday night to announce that game. I won't be able to make the Friday one though. So, is that going to be free of charge? Are there tickets for that game? Since it's preseason, do you know yet?
The tickets should be $5
Okay.
entrance. Yeah.
So fans, $5. Come on out. Will you have any vendors that night? Are you aware of? Do you know that yet?
Uh, no,
Okay.
shouldn't.
So
I still have
so
to
eat
talk
up
to Miss
first.
Noise about it. Yeah.
Do what? Say again.
I still have to talk about Miss Noise about the concession
Oh,
stand
okay.
for
All right. So
those 2 nights.
might have to eat up a
Since
little bit, but fans, we'd love to have you come out. What time's the kickoff for that game, Coach, on Monday night?
7:15, and before us, Venice will play Lemon Bay at 5:30.
Okay, so it's a double header. One ticket gets you into
Hmm.
both, I'm assuming. But yeah, we'll be
Yep.
at 7:15. I'll be there announcing that game. I can't wait for it. John, I can't tell you how much I love winter sports coming up. It's just fun. There's basketball and soccer. It's all over the place, inside, outside, you name it. Most of those games will be on Huddle, I believe. The outside games, if they're not conflicting with basketball as well. So, ladies, you got anything? Your parting comments for the season? You got anything you want us to look forward to in particular? Any numbers there? Any style of play you're looking at? Abby, Nana, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got any recommendations if your student friends watching?
Well, just come support us. It's the beautiful game.
It is. It definitely is. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Again, folks, that is our preseason preview of our girls varsity program. We had Coach Hans Duque as well as midfielders Nana Duque and our goalie this year, Abby Esther. I can't wait to see how she does back there in the net. So thank you, everyone. We appreciate this.
Thank you.
All right. So,
Thanks, Coach.
John, I
Thanks,
don't know.
girls.
Thank you. Yes.
What you got on here, John? Who's next? I don't have next.
We have Natalia up next. Natalia, are you there?
That'll do.
I
got it.
lost Natalia, so it's Garen. Garen, you up?
All right.
Yeah, what's up,
Coach.
guys?
All right, just a second here. Coach Belcher, how you doing? Not sure if you can hear me or not. We are coming to you live tonight from one of our athletic sponsors. That's right, Tommy's Express Car Wash, both the Sumter and the Toledo Blade location. They're actually going to help us out on Coach Fu's Trunk or Treat 5K next Thursday. So we came out here today. Wanted to thank them for being part of the Northport High School athletic program as well. So we just had our soccer preseason. Sounds weird, doesn't it? Because we still have American football with 2 more games left, I believe. I'm trying to get my numbers here. So
Yes, sir.
it's a weird conflict there. It's like, wait a minute. So go ahead, Coach. Tell us about what's coming up this Friday and the next Friday after that.
Well, this Friday we're on the road at Mulberry High School. Kickoff will be at 7:30. Next week is the end of season game, another road game. I believe 7 p.m. kickoff at Lemon Bay High School.
Gotcha. And I'm not going to dwell too much on this last Friday, other than I really want to take the moment to say what a great night we had in the home crowd section. I just keep saying to John, every year the home crowd's getting better and better. The event's more smooth. I posted a really nice shout out list to our Facebook page. I also want to say I've been to a few away games now for the first time in years. I still think the overall operations of our home game is the best I've seen. You've got the best bands. The ROTC looks great. The concession, it's just a really well-run operation on the home side. So I just want to give a kudos to everybody, all the parents who came out. Our cowbell crew came out all season long. It's a shame we can't have a fifth home game this year, but they did a great job that last game there. So
Yeah, well, if we're able to do our job these last two games and finish with that 6th win, who knows? We might be able to entice somebody to Northport for a bowl game.
Oh, I was going to ask you that. So we have the possibility of coming back to Northport for one more home game. That's on the table, maybe.
We have to win the next 2 games.
Gotcha. All right. So before you get there, you got the big task at hand. You're going to Mulberry. Now, I reached out to Patrick Obley, who's been a great supporter of us here on the Sun Preps. And I asked him, I said, they've got a whatever record, 6-1 record, something like that. Most of their wins, though, were against losing teams. So I just can't tell how solid that 6-1 record is. I don't want to jinx us because I don't want to be the guy who's mouths off like that. But what have you seen in your prep so far, getting ready for Friday on their end?
Well, they're a young, talented team. Again, they're a small city, but they got kids that grow up there that probably have been there for a long time, playing together for a long time. They have some guys in film that pop. I think there's a few areas we can take advantage of. I do think we're going to be one of the more physical teams they've played. Again, I think we play a little bit different style of football, at least offensively and defensively. We, like to run and hit people. So
Yeah.
I know they like to spread it out and they like to trust their athletes to make things happen. But I think we have guys that can match up, and I think it'll be a good game.
And you mentioned up there, Coach, you're going into a city that's had that team there for decades. It's one of those old style Southern Central Florida mentality. They used to call it the Phosphate Bowl, the old phosphate towns. So you're going to have kids there whose grandparents went to school there. Great grandparents might have gone there too. So
Yep.
Yeah, they'll have a little bit different feel to it. So yeah, a lot of people don't know where Mulberry is. It's pretty much, you're going to take 27 up there. You're going to be right in the heart of phosphate land, so you can teach those kids something. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. In terms of what you've seen versus what we're going to be doing this week in practice, what have you emphasized so far? I know it's only Tuesday, but these last 2 days, what are you seeing different that happened on Friday night in that loss there with Hardy?
Well, again, it's the biggest thing about that. It's not the losing part. It was just seeing how disappointed they were, and just how football works. It comes down to moments. We missed on some of our important moments, and they took advantage of some of their important moments, and I think the biggest thing was just trying to keep them all together and try to avoid the blame game and, keep the emotions in check because, being the last guaranteed home game, everybody was a little bit, obviously hurt. But I think we still have a chance to finish the season at the record that we finished last year and then some if we were able to finish off on a 3-game winning streak, including the bowl game.
Right. Did we survive Friday night? Any injuries for this? Because we need everybody for Mulberry. We're going to need a whole team commitment on this. Any injury report that you noticed? I thought someone got hit in the eye or something.
Well, Makai will be fine. He's only hit in the eye. Dave got rolled up a little bit, so we'll see about him.
Gotcha.
We're getting somebody ready to go in case he can't play, but otherwise we're doing all right.
Good.
Just hoping these guys keep the fire underneath them to finish these last 2 weeks, and by the grace of God, we get lucky enough for a third one.
And I know John's got some good questions on that motivation to keep going, so I'm gonna stop for him. I'm a little thirsty. John, you there?
I'm here.
I know you got some questions to ask about those last 2 games coming up. How do you finish strong here? Go take it away, John.
Hey, Garen, how you doing, buddy?
What's happening, man? How are you?
Well, I'm doing good. So, we've been through the hard times, the good times, and the tweener times. What are you telling these kids to get them back on track?
I mean, just finish it. Hey, you gotta finish the game, man. In terms of that, is finishing the season for themselves and each other. And I try to keep it like, hey, you guys still have a chance to, match last year's win total and then some. And just the biggest thing is us when we get down to crucial moments, just handling and doing our jobs. I'm still frustrated with trying to find a way to keep the penalty bug away from us that we just can't seem to avoid. But that's going to be a big focus for ours trying to go into this because it hurts us every time.
So, I think a lot of people when they think about football, how do you make those mistakes, and why do you let the mental part of the game break down? And you've been a player and a coach, and you've been through the grind on both sides of this topic. What is it that I know daggone well, because I know you, this drives you crazy inside. Um, and I also believe that you've instilled this into your kids, so it's probably driving them crazy too. What is it? What is it that makes the team lose their focus enough to have this moment? And then what does it take to finish the season and kind of punch back a little bit?
I think there's a big difference in penalties. Like I think there's effort penalties, and then there's lapse and judgment penalties. I can live with a effort penalty every now and then. I can live with an effort penalty maybe on a hold, or a guy is trying to make a play on a ball for a pass, and it's a pass interference. Okay, I can live with an effort penalty, but when it's something jumping off sides, the false starts, the late hits after a whistle, in terms of continuing to block, those are the ones that are frustrating. I think that's when the lapse of judgment comes into play. You got to maintain effort, but and I feel like it bites us in the ass because we preach it so hard. Oh, you go to the whistle, nonstop effort. Well, sometimes it's hard to hear a whistle, and sometimes in the heat of the moment something happens. But again, I think it's just continue to instill the discipline side of things, finding ways on our end to, whether it be repping something in practice that could simulate that environment or that situation. We have to find a way to make it work. In regards to keeping them motivated, man, I don't know. As a player, in my circumstance, I didn't need to get motivated to play a football game, play for my teammates. And I think some guys need that. I think what we can do on that end is just maintaining in high energy, being positive and trying to keep them learning and teaching. And, because if they see us kind of just hot dogging it and going through the motions, then they'll naturally emulate it. So I think the biggest thing is, like, I'm gonna keep coaching hard, and that's what I told him. I'm like, guys, like, I'm not gonna stop. Like, I may be a little bit softer these last 2 weeks in terms of how we're like interacting because I'm gonna miss you guys, but you know what I mean. Still trying to be hard on them to a standard, um, and I think that's just gonna keep us in the right frame of mind to make the most of these last 7 days we have guaranteed to practice and play.
So what the next game you have, how are you approaching that game to sharpen their skill set?
Yeah, offensively, I mean, again, we're repping situationally what they'll do to certain formations we're going to present. Um, I think a big thing for us on that end will be, handling the front line. I think their D line plays in certain bursts, but I think they take moments off. And I think if we stay pedal to the metal and just keep grinding them, getting on the second level, I think we'll be able to handle them. And I really like to, enforce the fact that we're going to hammer them. uh, Defensively, I know we're going to take things a little lighter because they are a spread team. I know Coach Agaloff is really hammering, again, situational football, trying to take them through their tendencies on first, second, third down, all the short and long situations, everything in between. Uh, but again, I think it's just really stressing the attention to detail. Attention to detail, just being able to think, all it takes is a couple of seconds when someone lines up. Okay, it's this down this distance. This is what could happen. This is my job. Here's what I'll do. Okay, locked in. It can't just be walk out there and football, which is what a lot of these guys are used to with certain youth organizations that they may come from, or if they've never played football before, there's still certain things that they have to be told or made aware of. But I think that's what's going to be our keys to approaching this, both sides of the ball. Special teams wise, I would like to take away a possession or two, but big thing is just keeping them focused, locked in, and handling a little bit of a road trip. It's not bad. It's not a Key West, but it's an hour or two. So I just hope they can handle that, and I get to see them in a good mood on the way back home.
Well, best of luck to you, Coach. We'll be there in spirit and thought, and I really give you kudos because you've done a lot of hard work, and I'm going to give that to the coaches, but I'm also going to give that to the mindsets of the players that you've had in the past and now the current ones to fight through some of this animosity, even though there's some losses and bumps along the way. There's still a lot of growth.
Oh no, and I appreciate you, and I hope, and we try to maintain the progress, even if it's not at the surface level. Although I think we're still doing that, but all about keeping it on the up, and hopefully we have more new things coming to us. We had the weight room, which was awesome, but looking forward to what's next, for what could really boost athletics.
John, can I cut in for one real quick question here?
Sure.
John, Coach, real quick, you mentioned your seniors, and before we let you go here, you got 16 seniors this year. Are any of them looking to try to go on to the next level? Or have they realistically got into that conversation?
So, we have quite a few. We have a handful. Again, how this works. Most of them don't intend on wanting to do that. When we end the season, I'll meet with these guys individually, trying to see what their plan is, and if they still intend on pursuing that. And most of the ones that we've been, helping get recruited throughout this will keep wanting that service, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, a big thing once it ends is really pushing these guys and trying to find their next stop.
I brought this up, Coach, because they got 2 more games to get those, get that last final push in there to sway some scouts' opinions here and there. So I hope they have a little bit more added incentive, after Friday's loss. Let's go out these next 2 Fridays and really crank up the energy level on that highlight reel there, and teamwork, not just the individuals. So, oh my goodness. So, Coach, you might have heard me earlier. I'm going to go tomorrow night to the JV game. I've never announced the JV football game. I'm looking forward to seeing
Oh no, that's going to be
our
awesome.
future Bobcats, our future varsity Bobcats in that game. So,
no, it should be an exciting game. It's going to be fun. Hopefully we can end it on a good note for these guys. It's been a rough year.
yeah, they've had a lot of storm interactions, not just the hurricanes, but like the really bad rain early in the year that was sogging out the fields and all that. So, you got a little thing for me to look at for the JV game? Anybody else you're looking forward to? You have any
you beat
scouting
them
reports?
again, I think there's quite a few talented guys down there.
Good. All right.
You'll get a chance to announce them tomorrow.
Good.
But,
Good.
again, JV, freshmen, all that stuff is really just practice for varsity.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like I tell them all the time. I was like, hey man, this is all about reps. Reps.
Yep.
Good.
Well, I can't wait. That's the 7 o'clock kickoff, I believe, tomorrow night. Yes.
Yes, the JV. Yes. Yeah, those freshman game rolls pretty quickly, so that may end a little sooner than 7.
So I'm looking forward to that. So, Coach Belcher, thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy.
Good luck on Friday, Mulberry. I think you can put up a win there. I really do. I see that as a win for Northport. So, the best of luck to you on Friday. Thanks for coming on tonight for us.
Win out. Win out.
Yes,
win
sir.
out. We won another game. That's right. So, John, I want to thank you again. We've had another great episode. We had girls soccer. We're going to try to get boys soccer on next week for their preseason interview. After that, we'll bump into basketballs, and we'll try to get wrestling and then girls weightlifting. Again, I'm here at Tommy's Express, one of our new partners this year in the athletic department. They are going to have an event here Friday and Saturday. It's $20 per car. You can bring a whole minivan full of kids for $20. They're going to have a scary car wash, as if car washes aren't scary enough to kids. let's make it even scarier at Halloween. So I don't know what they're going to do to these poor kids. But they'll have trunk or treat all night long as well. It's going to be 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And they're going to join us at Coach Foo's 5K Zombie Run Halloween. That's going to be 4:30 to 6:30. So business partners, again, we'd love to have you on our show. If you're watching us, we can come out to your venue. If you got a fundraiser coming up that's going to help your program as well as Northport High School, we'll be happy to highlight that. So again, thank you very much. I will see you guys on Tuesday for another edition of Bobcat Blitz. John, thank you so much for having us on here tonight. A very
Bobcat Blitz out.
loud outdoor episode. Thank you, John.
Woo! Thank you, Sean. Good job, buddy.
All right, bud.
All right, see you. Thanks for listening in. This is John Rawlings and Sean Kirkpatrick saying thanks for joining Bobcat Blitz. Please like and share the video. The more you like and share our page, the better off we are. The more followers we get, the better off YouTube and Facebook likes us. I'm still waiting to get with Facebook to get our Facebook page up and live and running, but I did share this video with the Facebook page. So keep informed, keep update, and we look forward to seeing y'all next week. Thank you. Have a good night.